This is a sad day for our community of faith. We have lost one of our own to the virus under unprecedented and abnormal and painful circumstances. We're moving into Earth Week, and we're going to be acknowledging and in our own ways celebrating Earth Day and Humanity Day, and it is a time of reckoning, for we have strayed drastically from the path, and that needs to change. What is happening to so many people in so many different circumstances where they are dependent on the care of others needs to change. And as a community of faith, I believe we can do that. And I pray and hope that the world community will do that. But let's just begin with us, with our own lives, and the lives we are connected to. That's what the disciples did. That's what the book of Acts is all about, specifically this reading, is the disciples gathering their community of people from all over the place, of different races and genders, of different faiths, different age. And they come together. They bring all their worldly stuff. They share it. And they begin with the vulnerable. And we should always begin with the vulnerable. That is what a Jesus community does and is. And those communities have been recreated countless times throughout history. And we have this portal into the way the world was and the way it can be now to recreate another one with sincerity, commitment, with the hope to be just and merciful, compassionate, and most of all, filled with abundance and love. We need to do that to honor all those who have died. We need to do that for the generations that are coming after us. And we need to do that simply because we are called as a community of faith to be a Jesus community. We need to share our goods. No one should be left behind. No one should go without. Everyone can be cared for in this world. Yeah, it's going to be hard. But this is our message. We are to mirror the acts of these disciples who, having lost their best friend, and then watching him come back to them, and then ascend completely to be with God in another realm and dimension. They were so empowered by that they changed the face of where they lived. We can change the face of where we live. And it's a really good possibility that people all over the world are going to be looking for direction about how to do this. How do we live these more ethical lives? How can we be more sustaining? How can we care more deeply for the vulnerable and the marginalized, those that get left somewhere where we put them kind of out of our minds simply to sometimes cope? But that's not good enough anymore. I think we know that. This time has allowed us to see out with the eyes of the Christ, with the God lens that welcomes us and supports us and encourages us to live as a Jesus community. Simply put, it is a just and merciful, love-based act of compassion and real, sustainable, belonging, connected living. Why wouldn't we want to do that? I believe most of us do. So let's begin here, in this moment, to commit ourselves to changing everything that we've done that so far has potentially not been just. It could be small, it can be large. I believe in this community of faith. I believe in a wider community that is the world's. And we can help guide those who aren't sure with our spirituality, with our understanding of the inclusive Jesus community. We can be a presence. We can live out this so that people can see and the earth can groan in thanksgiving, and the animals can be free again and have enough territory and food, as can we. Let's this Earth Day, remember this is Humanity Day, and we need to plant something that will sustain us and the rest of the world, whether it's an idea, a movement, an act, a promise, a commitment, just something that begins the rolling toward our world being a Jesus community. My friends, our hearts are heavy, especially today. We share them with the holiest of holies, and know and feel that on some level we are being given this time to become once again in God's center. I am with you. We are together. Above all else, let's remember that. And remember what Jesus gave us so that we could become that. And I think, I feel, I see that all over the world, in a myriad of pockets, we are becoming that. And those pockets, they're joining. Thank you. And namaste.